Hello my gorgeous little angels, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Antonia. If you'd like to become part of our magical online family, make sure you click the red subscribe button down below. Because today we have a bit of a negative video, and I don't like to be like a Bible basher, and I don't like to like be negative about companies. I'm very about like spreading lumos and spreading love. However, I've been big fat scammed, and I'm just going to tell you the story about it because I can imagine a lot of other people have too. So if you'd like to find out what company I'm on about, and definitely so you can avoid them and try and get your money back, then make sure you carry on watching. So before I go on to the negative stuff, I do still want to let you know that we are doing a giveaway still in celebration of our 1 year anniversary. With balloons still going in the background. We are doing a pin Harry Potter giveaway. To go over to my Instagram, I'll leave all the information down below, so you can go and check that out. So you can win some gorgeous pins from amazing pin makers, because why would you not want to get involved? It's so magical. It's very like interactive, which is definitely what I want to go for. And I am very for promoting other like business makers, whether it's pins, ears and headbands. I'm very for it. Potions, like you name it, I will literally try and support it. If not, like a lot of subscription boxes. If you don't know, I do quite a lot of unboxings. If you're new to the channel and you don't know that I have a lot of playlists, you can go and see individual companies that I've unboxed. Literally my first ever YouTube video was an Accio unboxing. So I was wearing this top as well. I mean, I look a lot better there because I can actually see my collarbones there, which now they do not big fat exist, but you know what, here we are. But yeah, that happens. So I'm one of them people that I think if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it, because there's no need to insult someone and upset people. And I even, like, when I'm not happy with things, I still like to be polite about them, because at the end of the day, someone still has made it, they put time and effort and they like love into it. So I don't like to like obviously ruin anything like that. But when it comes to taking my money and other people's money and it's basically like exploiting people, like it's just ridiculous now. And I'm a very patient person. I will take my time, I will wait for whatever needs to be made. And you know, there's a lot of things I've ordered from like March. I mean, Nintendo still haven't sent me pins. Being big fat scam from Nintendo as well. I mean, I got me Animal Crossing pins from them. I'm going off tangent, but we may as well while we're here. They just won't send me my Animal Crossing pins, which is just ridiculous. But here we are. That's another story for another day. Now I don't know whether you know, but in December, I think you would have seen it in January because it was just before I went away, but I was uploading the videos while I was in the Philippines. I've done an unboxing of a company called the Lumonisity Parcel. Now, the thumbnail is a little bit more harsh than what I was in the video. It was the worst box I've ever unboxed, and I don't mean that in a nasty way. It was definitely not worth the value. It cost me like, I think I talk a little bit more about the price because obviously it was a little bit more fresh in my memory at that time. I remember I unboxed it on Christmas Eve, and I think I paid, I'm sure it was around £60 for the box, and honestly it was disgusting for what I got. It was like a small box, a lot of it was handmade, which I love handmade items, do not come at me. But when it's like a bit of a prick stick glue and a bit of paper's being stuck together and you want to call it a decoration, like that's just a joke. Like, I don't mind if I went to like a primary school and I said to the kids like, let's make these beautiful, but not when I'm paying £60 for it. And not in that box, to me, not one item was anywhere near that value, and even it all together was not with like anywhere near it. I will show you some pictures. I'll go off now and show you the one by one little picture thing where you can see the owl I was supposed to get that was meant to look like Hedwig, and the owl that I did get that was not Hedwig at all. So you can see them and just see the comparison to what I mean by, it was just a catfish. Like, it literally was the definition of a catfish. So looking at them, you can just see the quality of the products that they were sort of promising and the quality you actually received. I still let it go. Do you know what I mean? I was like, you know, it's still handmade. Someone still put time and effort into it, and I'll actually look back and I didn't realise not how nice it was in the video, but I was quite forgiving. And at the end of the day, it is my money. I work hard for my money. I literally work every day. Everyone works hard for their money. Your money's your money. And you know me, like, I'm quite happy. I've been on a spending spree. I spend money like this willy-nilly. It's not a problem. Now, obviously, it is a problem. Like, and, you know, I'm having money, struggles now for a repercussion of it. But, you know, I buy from a lot of people to try and support as many people as I can. I buy a lot more from small businesses than I do from anywhere else. Because I think, you know, even if I can't afford it at the time, just sharing them and just talking about them so you can go and check them out. And someone else might have the funds to be able to support them at the time, but just the word of mouth is support enough. And, you know, following them, liking the post, commenting on them, just giving them that engagement, just to spread the love for them, because there's so many beautiful companies out there, which I literally did my top 12 and a half. Secondly, it was 13. My top Harry Potter pin makers the other day, so I'll link that down below so you can have a look. And honestly, like, I am just all for it. But this company is just honestly taking the mick. Like, there's a line. Now, I knew once I got that box I was never going to order off them again, because I just thought it's just not worth it. I knew they had really good companies collabing with them, and I love them companies, but I don't like the box, and I'd much rather go to the individual company maker and just be like, can I buy this potion off you? I'm sure they were getting involved with mandrakes, but I'm not sure, so I don't want to start throwing names out in case they weren't. But I knew they were expanding. They were going to do like more with different people, and I thought it sounds good. They were going to start doing like the year boxes, so like a lot of subscription companies do it, where they do like the year one, it's very Philosopher's Stone themed, or, you know, what a Sorcerer's Stone. If you're American, I could not even think of what they call it then. And I enjoy them yearly boxes. I do love like the theme around the year. I think it's very magical. And I nearly committed to getting it. I think it was it £80, or it varied between, the numbers coming to me as 40 to 80, because I'm sure they've done a smaller parcel that you could get. And I was thinking, like, do I give them another chance? It was the first box he's ever done on the just before Christmas, and I thought, you know, they're just starting out, you know, the trial and error, they're going to listen to people's feedback. You know, obviously some of the items just weren't up to the right standards. You know, when I was saying about the thing that they glued together for the Christmas decoration, mine was literally peeling apart, and that was before I'd even touched it. So with things like that, I just thought, you know, that is just not a good quality. If you're going to do stuff like that, it's absolutely fine, but make it a good quality. Like, make sure you use really good glue so it stays together. So I thought I was going to give them another go. Thank honestly every heaven in the entire world that I never, because they were talking about doing this box in January, because that's when I know I was looking into it, and I was thinking, do I give them another chance? Like, you know, people still have not received that box. It's September. It's nearly October. Like, we're in the middle of September. Are you joking? Like, that is a joke. I'm sorry, but I don't even whip out COVID to me, because I've had enough subscription boxes in that time that you cannot tell me that COVID has impacted you that much for nearly a year. No, that is absolutely ridiculous. I know they've said they've had problems with manufacturers. They hardly give any updates for any of the boxes. Now, I'm not even mad about the boxes, because I have not got the box. But that is a lot of money. And a lot of people, and I know a lot of people are sort of asking for like, you know, can we have any updates? He did like a post the other day. Well, we'll say the other day, it was about 2 months ago. Because I didn't even follow him on social media anymore, because I just thought I can't. I messaged them about the pins, but, well, that's the point that I'm getting onto. I order pins off them before I go on to messaging them. Back in January, the funds were going to the Australian fires when that was all happening back in the day. And I was happy to obviously give money towards it. You got like 3 pins. It was a collab with someone else. Pins were gorgeous. I think it cost me like between, I think it was £30, something like that. So, you know, nowhere near 60 or 80 or whatever people are paying for the boxes, but it's still a lot of money. That's still my money for not an have received, and I'm happy. I would much prefer to give that money straight to charity, but I don't even feel like the money's gone to charity. I've had no proof that it's gone to charity. I've seen nothing that it's gone there to help anyone. So to me, it's like I would rather have just gone and give the £30 to the Australian charities. Like, that honestly would not. I was happy for the cause, and that's the only reason I give the money to them. Not because I thought it was going to them, because I thought it was going to charity. And I thought, you know, if I get some pins for it, you know, win-win, that's gorgeous. If not, you know what I mean? If they just said, you know, try and donate to them, I literally was being happy for that. However, I literally put on my story in January, there was a date sometime in January, it was only because I was going through my messages that I seen that I'd put on when I was trying to find what I'd spent all my money on the other day, when I'd gone crazy, I backtracked to find like any items that I might have received from January, because I know January had a bit of a like spike in like buying things, like a little peak where I started buying a couple of things, nowhere near the peak that I've hit the last couple of months, but that's also when I went sort of buying. So I went back to January, seeing all the things that I was buying, and I'd shared this on my story and they'd liked it, and then I had nothing from them. There was no post about it, nothing at all. And only when I checked and I thought, oh my, like that is a really long time. I completely even forgot that I'd give them my money. So I messaged them like, oh, hi, yeah, I was just wondering if there's any update on the pins. They completely ignored me, didn't even open my message, which is absolutely rude. Like, you have my money. How dare you ignore me? That is so rude. And, oh, honestly, this company's just wound me up so much. I understand it's a new company, but you're honestly taking the mick out of people. Like, Harry Potter is such a gorgeous community. So many people make beautiful things for people to love and enjoy and collect. And there's people like you that are just taking people's money and absolutely just, you're a joke. Like, honestly, it's ridiculous. So, I know I'm being really aggressive and I honestly don't mean it in a nasty way, but it's just like, I know it's not just me affected. I know there's other people as well. And it's just like, I feel like you don't even have that money to give back to us. And that's just not acceptable. Not acceptable at all. And they were saying about doing a refund. So this is about, was it about 2-3 months ago, they said something about like important information, you know, obviously about the boxes, and they are really sorry. They don't know whether they are going to try and get the items and send them out, or whether people would like refunds. That's it. A couple of people commented on it. Any updates? Any updates? Absolutely not. And so that's 2-3 months ago now, and you're still not even said about giving people refunds. So I messaged them saying, on this post, he did actually respond finally back to me, this was only yesterday, saying, you know, is there any update? It has nearly been a year for pins, like, any update, do you know what I mean? Like, you should be constantly keeping us updated. As I said, you have other people's money, you're responsible for other people's items and things, and be completely transparent. Like, there's no in between. It's like, do I ring me bank and try and get the funds back from me bank? Like, it's just so difficult to try and raise a dispute, because you only have a certain amount of time to raise a dispute with the bank. Obviously, I work in the fraud like team anyway, and I know, like, I mean, I don't really raise that many disputes because I work out of hours, so it's not really anything I truly deal with. I deal with more the fraud side, and honestly, disputes scare me because you can just fail every call that you have with them. But it's like, I don't know whether I'd even have acceptable grounds to do it with them, because they always just try and tell you to contact the company to get the funds back, and it's like, I am. So I messaged him and he said, like, you know, we're still trying to get items for the boxes and try and get them sent out, and in the meantime we're still trying to do refunds. Sorry for any inconvenience. Well, that gives me no information. That literally just repeated what you'd put in the earlier post. That gives me no. So we're at the same stage 3-2 whatever months later from the original post. So what have you done? Tell me what's the difference between then and now. I honestly don't understand. It's just absolutely disgusting that a company can do that. So honestly, if you have anything to do with the Lumonisity Parcel, I'd honestly message them and say, you know, can I have me refunds, or can you know, tell me when I'm actually going to get this refund, because it's nearly been a year. It does not take that long to process a refund. I understand there's a lot of people, but then that means you have more money, like, of people's money. It's just ridiculous. I can't even say a sentence because it's so disgusting that it's like someone could honestly think that's acceptable. There's no excuse at all, not for that many months. I understand there's delays, I understand there's problems, I know that COVID had a problem with everything, and you know, I'm still waiting for my literary crate. It's been months, and there's still things that I'm waiting on, even within the UK, still haven't received them. So I understand there's delays. My post is very delayed at the minute, but I know you're not sending me them, so I can't blame the post, because I know it's just you not even having them. There's no update of whether the pins are even being made. I'm going to assume they haven't. So what have you done with my money? Where's my money? Because you haven't told me that it's gone to charity, so where's my money? If you send me a picture and say it's gone to charity, and then go like look, we've put the money in charity. I know obviously about the refunds it's a little bit difficult because obviously we have donated the money. You know, are you happy to just leave it as a donation? I know you haven't got the pins and it's also not what you agreed on, but the money's gone to a good cause. You know what, I probably wouldn't be the happiest chap, but I also would be, because I know my money's gone to a good place, not just in their pockets with nothing to show for it. Like, it's honestly just disgusting. They've already took like £60 off me in the past. Obviously they haven't took it, obviously I give them that money to get the box. I wasn't happy with the box, I thought that was a complete and utter rip off, and they've just done it again. Like, that is just disgusting behaviour, and I'm honestly just not, I honestly just think it's not acceptable. So please let me know in the comments down below whether you've ordered anything from the Lumonisity Parcel. If you are thinking about it, don't. They're still advertising it on the website. That's what's annoying me more. Like, they're still promoting to sell them. It's like, take them off the website. You've not got them available. You haven't got your boxes to take them off. You absolutely, it's just disgusting. Like, I'm just not impressed at all. Like, there's so many other companies that are absolutely amazing. Kelly Lou, for example, she makes with her husband. They package the parcels together. They have like a little girl together. I say she's little, she's not, like, she's a young lady, do you know what I mean? And, you know, their daughter's got to go to school. They were dealing with homeschooling, dealing with orders. She's got new pins. She does Kickstarters. She's done all that. She packaged all the stuff with her husband and they send them all. That's like a 2-people company. And phenomenal. They flow phenomenal. She does everything that she's supposed to do. She keeps everyone updated. If there's any delays from her manufacturer, which is not her fault, she'll just send us an email, especially with Patreon, to be like, I'm sorry, I should be getting them now. Sorry for that. Unbelievable. I've never been mad at that woman in my life. I don't think I ever could be. But unbelievable. That communication is so key, just to keep people involved, and then you just feel like you remember. Lumonisity Parcel are not reminding anyone of the orders that they've made to hope that we forget, so we don't dispute it. That is disgusting. This is what I mean. And they can't say to me about numbers of people in a company, it's a small firm, because literally my example there is Kelly Lou was here and her husband. Can my point not be any more clear? She's working with, and you know, sometimes the husband might be able to help, and it literally is Kelly. That is like such a small amount of people dealing with one business, and she can do it, so why can't they? And I understand everyone's not the same. I'm not comparing. I did do a comparison then, but I'm not saying, you know, someone should be on the same level as them, because, you know, Kelly's been doing it for a little while now. Obviously she's in the flow of things. She has a routine. She's got it all structured and organised. But if I was thinking of doing that and taking people's money, you need to have that structure. Obviously, I know the other day I was doing my own Harry Potter boxes, which I've still got so many more to do, and I do need to make one for Carmen. I'm sorry that I haven't done it yet. Honestly, I know exactly what I want to put in the box, but I haven't took anyone's money whose boxes I haven't done, because I don't think that's acceptable for me to just leave them sat there. It's just that I don't feel like I've had a minute to go and do them, so until I've got the time where I sit there and put my heart and my effort and energy into them so they're amazing for people, what's the point in me doing it? I'm not taking people's money without having the stuff ready for them. I only will take the money if I know I've already packaged it all, checked the shipping, know the whole price of it, have your name written on it, and then you go, right, I'm ready to pay, and I'll take the money only then, because it's done. That is what is acceptable. And mine isn't even a business, but I'd know to not run that properly unless I have all the resources and have everything sorted and have the organisation to make sure it's amazing and to make sure people are kept up to date. It's just, communication is such a key thing, and it's not there. And honestly, I just think that money's gone. I feel like I've accepted that money's never going to come back, and I'm never going to get that money. I'm never going to see the daylight of them pins. I don't even know whether it's gone to charity. I feel like it probably hasn't. And it's just, where's the communication? Don't tell me the same thing that you told me 2 months ago, because that means nothing. Because if I read that 2 months ago and I still don't feel like if I'm asking for an update, that obviously isn't a sufficient update for me. So I honestly just feel more sorry for the people who order the box, because I know they're trying to push through with giving you the box. You probably don't even want the box now. So, just disgusting, really. But I do apologise I've come on to rant today. I honestly was not feeling an absolute rant. I just really just wanted to let people know that, if you know, because I know they are still there, if you come across it, avoid it like a plague. Honestly, that is just, no, see you later, swerve it, do a 3-point turn, get off the road, do not go near it, honestly. But yeah, that's that. I don't normally like to be a negative nag, but I just feel like you need to know, honestly, just keep your money safe. Go to Gringotts, put it in there, just do not give it to them, because you'll never see the light of day of it ever again. So it's just not the best thing. But I'm sorry that I've gone on a rant. I am honestly going to finish it now, because I honestly did not mean for this to be this long of me just having a full-blown rant here, and I hope it wasn't too negative. I promise you I am a lot more positive. I said this in the last video and I was literally like half dead in the last video. I do feel better, just to let you know. I have still got a little bit of like a twinge in my throat, but only when I wake up, so I think that's just me being a morning zombie. But yeah, promise. I've spoke a lot faster as well, so sorry about that. But yeah, really do hope you still enjoyed today's video. I hope that you enjoyed a bit of a story time and to know, like, obviously things to avoid. I am here to obviously promote the best people, but also, you know, if someone's actually gonna take the mick out of people, I'm here to just be like, absolutely not today. So yeah, there we go. Please subscribe, get involved in the giveaway if you haven't already. That's a lot more positive, and you can win some beautiful pins. As I said, I mean, why wouldn't you? From amazing companies that actually know what they're doing. Unbelievable. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, but definitely get involved in that. And like this video, definitely comment down below whether you've bought anything from anyone like that, or any companies you know to try and avoid down below. I'm not here to Bible bash people, as I said, but, you know, we need to look out for each other and make sure that we, you know, we're all staying safe and not buying from scammers that'll never give you your stuff. I'm not here for it. You know what I mean? Just not here for it. So yeah, definitely go and do that. And yeah, I'm gonna shut up. Really hope to see you in the next video, but for now, bye bye.